This video is sponsored by Path of Exile 2. We are back with some Path of Exile 2, folks, as we have a huge update that dropped on December 12th called The Last of the Druids. And this update is live on Steam, the Epic Games Store, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. Do note that players can purchase early access for just $30, which includes The Last of the Druids expansion, as well as exclusive cosmetics and points for cosmetics, stash tabs, and more. Also note that the full release of this game will be free to play. I'll have a link down below for you to go check it out. But before we get into the cool update stuff, which of course includes the mighty and my personal favorite class up to now, for obvious reasons, the Druid, if by chance you're not aware of what this game is, Path of Exile 2 is a next-generation action RPG created by Grinding Gear Games. It features a campaign that currently has 4 full acts. Expect lots of dungeon delving, challenging boss fights, and of course, endless amounts of loot to hunt for to power your character up. And there's also an end game with plenty of systems to continue engaging with after your completion of the campaign. This game does feature up to 6-player co-op, perfect for those holiday gaming parties, or of course, you can be a recluse like me and play solo. So let's get into the content update, The Last of the Druids, which includes many things, but let's go ahead and start off with what was the most exciting for myself, the Druid class. As you can see here, this is my Druid, a hybrid class of strength and intelligence. Now, your traditional PoE2 Druid will wield a magical staff, but as you can see, I'm using a bow right now because I wanted to kind of feel out a little bit of ranger vibes, and I just have to build the Druid a little bit differently, and the bow works fine. But regardless of what weapon that you're actually using, you still can channel the powers of the natural earth, and I'm going to show you guys a few new spells that have been added. So my personal favorite is a spell called Volcano, and I can cast it on the ground quickly, or you can hold it down for a more powerful cast, and as you can see, it shoots out a bunch of blazing magma balls. Now, there's a lot of cool synergies in this game, and we'll talk about the bear form momentarily, but watch this. If I place down the volcano and then I do a particular bear smash ground attack, you'll notice that it pushes more of those magma balls out of the volcano, which is really cool and powerful. All right, so I'll find a pack of enemies here, and I'm going to drop volcano on the ground, and then we'll do the smash attack with the bear. And you can see it's pretty powerful, especially for AoE. I also have an entangle spell right now, where you shoot like these vines on the ground. I love the particle effects in this game. I have upgraded this a little bit. It slows down opponents, deals a little bit of damage, and I have a totem right now. Slides across the ground and kind of does an AoE shockwave, and it pulls aggro, which is really nice. So if we come up to a group of enemies, usually the first thing that I'm doing, I mean, I'm not an expert at this game, but what I found very useful is I'll start doing entangle first just to kind of slow down the pack and the ones in the distance, and then sometimes maybe pop out a totem to pull some aggro. So I'll pop out a totem right here, and you'll see they all start attacking it, and it kind of gives me free reign to do whatever I want. There's a totem that automatically casts any chosen spell for a time. A lot of good stuff. But if you're like me, if you're playing as a druid, the real excitement here comes from your shape-shifting abilities. And let's start off with, of course, naturally my favorite form, and that is the wolf. Really awesome. Feels very, very good. And one of my favorite uses of the wolf is simply just, you know, exploring or navigating a map, as it moves much quicker than the other forms, and I can seamlessly just transition into it in between mobs and stuff like that. But the wolf actually is a creature of the night, of course, that channels energy of the moon into a flurry of all sorts of ferocious attacks. And the wolf does have a bit of a focus on cold attacks. So my first attack that I'll show here is this slash attack that actually freezes opponents. So if we come up to a mob, as you can see, kind of slowing them down, freezing them all, which is awesome. Now you can just shatter them. But then I also have a pounce attack where I can pounce into a group of opponents. It puts out a mark, and it can summon wolf companions. I'm not ready yet. As you can see, I now have 3 wolves that are running at my side, which is perfect for me, Wolfheart. It's such a perfect class for me. And then we have the mighty bear form. Check this out. Such an absolute unit, a beast, and Grinding Gear did such a good job not only representing these different forms visually, but also with the way that they feel and they sound. And the cool thing about the bear is the more damage that I deal, the more enraged it's going to become, and that rage is going to be represented by the bear turning more and more red. So let's just deal some damage here. And as you can see, look how, oh my gosh, that looks so cool. And now my favorite bear attack that I have access to right now is, of course, the smash ground attack. The bear is a little bit slower, but very powerful. And this also synergizes with Volcano. So let me drop a Volcano on the ground, and then we're going to come over here and do that ground smash attack. And then to my surprise, when I reached, I think it was level 6, I got access to this form, the Wyvern form. So cool, so well represented. Feels good, looks good. And the Wyvern's basic attack is a kind of like a wide sweep with the talons, deals some AoE damage. But the attack that I've been using currently is called, I think it's called Rolling Magma, and it looks like this. You can see it just shoots out a ball of magma, which you can upgrade to be a lot more powerful and have more balls of magma. Really good for like hallways and stuff like that, where opponents are grouped up and you kind of have some distance. You just kind of shoot it out. If we take a look at some more skills here, you can see the Wyvern has a skill called Devour, where basically you're devouring corpses to build up power charges. And as you can see in the video, the Wyvern starts looking really, really cool. And then the highest level skills that you can get, we have Flame Breath right here for the Wyvern. And as you can see, the Wyvern takes to the skies and just starts raining down fire, which is such an awesome, cool looking attack. We have Lunar Blessing for the Wolf, which is basically a huge buff. And then we also have Walking Calamity for the bear, where you, as you can see, you can call down these meteor strikes when you build up rage on top of rage. Super powerful. And the great thing about the druid is you can just seamlessly switch to any of the forms. So right now, if I use one of the bear attacks, the slam attack, you can see I just went from my werewolf form right into the bear. And then if I am to use a wyvern attack, it just does the shapeshift for you, and I can go right back to druid. Now, the druid, of course, also comes with 2 ascendancies that you can unlock after doing some trials. We have the shaman, which is a druid that channels nature's fury, harnessing rage to empower spells and becoming a walking natural disaster, and you'll be raining down meteors, lightning, and ice. And the oracle ascendancy, which has perfected the power of foresight, using it in combat to gain a massive advantage by peering into the future to predict a monster's movements and even allocate passives from alternate timelines. Really awesome, fun class so far. It is my favorite, and I was a huge mercenary fan, but I'm really, really liking the druid. Let's go ahead and talk about some other aspects of this update as well for all of you guys that are familiar with Path of Exile 2 and have been playing. So the Sorceress class also got some love and received a brand new Ascendency, the Disciple of Varashasta. And Varashasta was a once great leader of the Maraketh, and to this day has Jinn under her command. When you unlock this Ascendancy, you will be able to release these Jinn into your service to give you a ton of firepower and utility. This is a build your own summoner Ascendancy class, and you can summon up to 3 different Jinn. You have the Ruzan, the Blazing Sword, which is a fire Jinn, the Kalari, the Tainted Sands, which is an assassin Jinn, and Navira, the Last Mirage, which is a gifted water Jinn. Now, these Jinn are bound to their Barya and will only emerge to do your bidding when you command them to do so, and each Jinn comes with 1 command skill, but you can spec into 3 more skills per Jinn to suit your preferences. Also in this update, we of course have the new league, the Fate of the Vaal League, where you'll be finding remnants of the ancient Vaal civilization scattered throughout Rayclast. You'll be exploring the Queen of the Vaal at Ziri's opulent temple during the height of her power before corruption. So as you sacrifice creatures across Rayclast, you'll be gathering enough power to basically modify the temple and create your own desired layout. You're creating your own dungeon, basically. And you're going to be placing rooms next to other rooms that benefit them, that will level them up, adding new challenges and rewards to find. As you complete more beacons, you'll get more energy to fuel more additions to the temple. So what many of you are going to want to do for the temple here is prioritize key rooms such as the Locus of Corruption when you're able to identify that room, as it gives double corruption. Another key room would be the Gem Cutter's Prism, which gives gem corruption, and you want to get those rooms to tier 3 for maximum impact. And then you're going to use adjacency bonuses by placing rooms next to each other, which will trigger upgrades. You're going to want to connect rooms to reach the Central Architect, which will open portals to fight a new pinnacle boss at Ziri. And when you reach endgame, you can stack multiple temples before entering, which will allow you to run them back to back, which maximizes your efficiency. This league offers a fresh new start to the economy, of course. All your old characters from early access are still present in early access leagues, but a free passive tree refund has been granted due to these changes. Also note that this update came with a monster density reduction, which equates to improved performance, better combat clarity, more viable skills, and also it allows for more methodically precise gameplay. Fog has also been reduced. And the last highlight of this update is the Abyssal's Going core. So Abyss has been added as a core mechanic, and you'll be able to find Abyss encounters in specific campaign areas starting in Act 2. Abyssal encounters have been added to the endgame as well, and with that also comes Abyss tablets and related modifiers. And for this, Grinding Gear has added an Atlas passive tree for the rise of the Abyssal content. And also note two more things. Preserved vertebrae no longer drop, and there has been an update to the Well of Souls quest to account for the fact that Abysses no longer spawn in all campaigns. So there we have it, the last of the Druids update, which is live now. And if you would like to purchase early access, which is $30 and includes this update, I'll leave a link down below. Now, keep in mind that this currently comes with exclusive cosmetic items and points for cosmetics, stash tabs, and more. The full release for this game, when that day comes, will be free to play. But I gotta admit, early access has been an absolute blast so far. This is double thumbs up for me for a game, and I'm excited to see where it continues to keep going.